welcome back. Today we are going to do our meal plan and shop with me for a normal family of 3 for an entire week. I have been recently going to Walmart, which I've never been a Walmart girl, and I will say that I am getting all the same products that I used to get at my local Giant for half the price. And right now in this economy, thank you. That is just what is needed. So we are going to head to the store shortly, but first I'm gonna take you through a little bit of what our meal plan looks like for this week, and then I have chunked it out into just prepping a few things. I did do a meal prep with me, and I will say, like, doing all of the cooking for 1 week and 1 day was a lot, and it was like nice to just like have things ready to go. But I will say I do miss incorporating Avi in the kitchen. Like last night she helped me make pot roast. She really enjoys cooking with me. She wants to definitely partake in that. So that is something that I think is kind of nice to have the two of us do. And I myself really enjoy cooking. For me, it's an outlet, like it grounds me. So like there are times when I feel really chaotic. Just for me to go into the kitchen and cook immediately calms me down. There's something about using your hands and just being so in that moment and present that really slows you down. Don't forget to watch this video until the end for some really good tips and tricks along the way, because I will say it's taken me a really long time to get to the point where I can go to the grocery store 1 time a week. Being able to get a clear, concise plan together before you go is so important. There are some other things along the way that I've realized have revolutionized my meal planning for my family. First and foremost, every single morning I do fill out my plan for today, which I will link this in the description box below. But this has a really nice way of setting out my day, especially with meals. So I can even pre-populate this for the week if I want to. I tend to just leave it at a daily basis and then make something a little bit like this that has my meal plan on it. If you have a fancy meal planner, that's wonderful. If not, just your traditional legal pad will work. Let's jump right into the meal planning. For this week, I always break it down and I make about 5 meals. If I end up making 7 meals, I'm wasting food and I'm not getting crafty at the end, right? So like one of my things that I have always done is like when I run out of quote planned meals, I just make meals with the leftovers that we have in the fridge of any like remaining vegetables or anything like that. And that's always a good throw together meal that I do. Anytime I do meal planning, one of my strategies that I do is if you are like myself and you find like good deals and then you purchase meats or anything like that and then stick them in the freezer, I always try to incorporate 1 freezer meal in every week that I'm planning meals. This really helps eliminate a whole protein, which saves you a lot of money. And then on the days that my grocery shopping is lighter and I see proteins on sale, I'll pick them up and freeze them right away for another week. This doesn't always go as planned, so if you can't do that, don't stress, mom, you still got this. Just try to then pick a meal that stretches for an extra day. As you can see here on mine, anytime that a meal is going to make double the batch, I just write ×2 so that I know that is going to account for 2 full days. My meal from the freezer this week is going to be crab cakes because I had crab legs that went on sale and they were like $6.99 a pound when they're normally like $18. So I picked up a bag of crab legs. So I'm going to steam those out and make homemade crab cakes just on top of some lettuce with some homemade tartar sauce. And that's gonna be a good solution for a quick meal that just needs some basic things that we need in the house anyways. Another really good meal that we always really enjoy and something that stretches our family for a while, especially including my husband's lunches. It's silly for him to purchase lunches out when we have so much good food left over. So one of the other meals that we are doing this week is chicken fajitas. I try to incorporate whatever protein I'm doing that week into multiple meals, and this week we are purchasing chicken breast because it is lean. Homemade chicken fajitas is on the menu. It's already gonna include the chicken. I just need to get like a block of Colby Jack and then 1 green pepper. I do have onions already home, so I don't even need to purchase those. Piggybacking on that, we are gonna do the chicken stir fry. And this is kind of like a shortcut meal, and I will say it's one of my family's favorites. and it doesn't taste like a shortcut meal at all. I actually brought some over to my mom the other day and she was like, this is delicious and I want the recipe. She had me pick her up a bag of the frozen stir-fry vegetables from Walmart because she loved it that much. The last chicken dish we are going to make this week is gonna be just like a chicken broccoli and penne bake. So I just need to pick up some penne pasta, a bag of frozen broccoli, and I will say I used to always buy fresh veggies. Tip number 2, if you have vegetables that sometimes do not get used in your fridge, and then at the end of the week you're like, now I have to throw this out because I haven't used it, and there are some vegetables that just work frozen, pick them up frozen. They are nothing but the vegetable frozen. There's no preservatives or anything. So it is a nice alternative, especially when I'm doing like a bake or a casserole like that with broccoli. I think I draw the line at like asparagus. They're cheap, affordable, and can stretch for multiple meals. So it's a great way to stretch your budget a little bit. The last thing that we are going to do this week is make homemade pizzas. This is something that Avi really enjoys doing with us. I do like to use the King Arthur keto pizza dough. I will link it in the description box below. If you are trying to just watch your carbs and you're not on keto specifically, or even if you are, this is a really good dough. It makes 2 decently sized pizzas. I just need to pick up some mozzarella for that. I'm gonna pick up some pepperoni, just a little thing of pizza sauce because we ran out of some. Those are the meals that are on our agenda this week. As far as lunches go, I try to pick a couple things to prep. I really enjoyed the spring onion potato salad that I had done in my meal prep video, which I will link that up here. If you haven't seen that video, go over and watch that. We need to pick up Matthias some ham and cheese for work, and I'm also gonna pick him up probably 2 things of canned soup because it is cold out now and he really enjoys taking a hot soup for lunch sometimes, especially if he's working outside. I do need to refill the peanut butter since this little one loves her peanut butter and toast. I am quickly just gonna get Avi dressed and then I'm gonna get quickly ready and we are gonna head out to the store. So let's get going, guys. We are on our way to Walmart right now. Guys, I packed myself coffee. I never pack myself coffee. I thought about it and I feel like not really in the mood specifically for crab cakes, but I'm trying to use up whatever I already have. And one of the things that I have a lot of is russet potatoes. I think I'm gonna make homemade latkes with some crab and butter on top for dinner. And I know that's like super unconventional dinner, but we love it in our house. The potato latkes with crab is actually a family tradition that we started last year for us and we plan to continue it this year. But we make the potato latkes with crab and butter. We do like a smoked salmon and cream cheese. We do hot pepper jelly and sour cream, and we have that on Christmas morning. I also will be doing a video of like our holiday traditions and like the top 10 traditions that we love to do every single year. If you are looking for inspo with your new little babes to do some new traditions, check that video out. One of my biggest things is, obviously, they always tell you do not go to the grocery store hungry because you buy everything. And that is the truth. You do buy everything. But just as grocery shopping while hungry is a bad idea, so is meal planning. One thing I have decided is that I do my meal planning the night before I grocery shop. If I try to meal plan the same day, I, for some reason, overbuy everything. I pre-shop wherever you are planning to do your grocery shopping, pre-shop on their app. By putting all of your groceries and all the things that you need in your app, You can, one, see what's on sale and help navigate a meal plan around that if you're looking to do something more budget friendly, but also you have an idea of what you're planning to spend. You don't have to write down a grocery list. That has been a super helpful tip that has kept me on track. It helps eliminate you derailing from what you are there for. I do take her with me to the grocery store every single time I shop. It's good to take her out, especially in these colder months that we are having. Back from Walmart right now, and I have laid out all of the groceries and grouped them by meal that we are going to be preparing, and we're going to total that up to see exactly how much we are spending per meal. And honestly, we did pretty good, and it doesn't look like a lot of groceries, but it stretches pretty far. So if you are currently on a tighter budget for groceries, this is a good little haul. I will link the meals that I make down below. These are the groceries that we are bringing back with us from Walmart today. In this corner, I just simply picked up some coconut flakes. I normally like unsweetened, but they had sweetened, so we just went with that. And then a whole nother bunch of bananas and some dark chocolate chips to do our overnight oats, and these are for the power bites. Next we have all the chicken fajitas, so obviously we're going to use some of this chicken here. And then if you are trying to cut down on carb a little bit, they have some really good options for tortillas. These are the 6 net carb flour tortillas from just Great Value brand. I pick up block cheese because I like freshly shredded most of the time, so this is Colby Jack. This was $2. Just an extra clove of garlic, 1 large green bell pepper. Avocados, the full bag was I think $2.63, which was a great deal for the minis. This is what is supplementing the dinner that I'm making tonight. So like I mentioned, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use the potatoes I have because I still have this full bag of potatoes to use over here. So using that, and I will just do the potato latkes with some green beans and veggies on the side. This is for pizza night. I just get the squeezed pizza sauce because we don't really use that much pizza sauce anyway, and getting a full jar is very wasteful. And then we just picked up some pepperoni for topping. They didn't have the mozzarella I like. I'm very picky. I do not like the part skim mozzarella. I like whole milk mozzarella, so I have to go to a different store for that. So that price will be factored in for how much that's going to cost for this meal. This is basically what we need for Matthias's lunches. I picked up some pickles. Interesting enough, the halves are 32 ounces and they're the same price as the 16 ounce of the slices. So go for the larger one, you get way more for the same price. I just picked up some sliced provolone. We rotate between cheeses. I figured that'd be good today. And then I picked up 2 cans of the chicken and homestyle noodle. He likes this for lunches sometimes. And then I picked up my potatoes and some celery for a potato salad. I just picked up the Great Value brand penne, and I have to say I'm someone that has only ever used DiCecco, and this is really not terrible pasta. And then I just picked up some finely shredded parm because this worked really well the last time I've made it. Instead of the freshly grated. A can of cream of mushroom. This saves you a little bit of a step instead of buying heavy cream and all of that other stuff to go with it. I couldn't get my oats. They didn't have them, which was so weird, but I have enough, so I was just kind of backing that, and I couldn't find peanut butter anywhere. So it is my birthday in 2 days, and then Matthias's birthday is in 9 days. So I wanted to pick up just like a little fudge brownie mix. I normally get the Ghirardelli, but these were $1.24, and I said, what the heck, we're gonna try it. And I needed a salt refill. I have a box cake in there, and we just like love the basic funfetti stuff, so we're gonna do that for our birthday cake. And I needed a backup of all-purpose flour since I've made multiple batches of naan this week. These I always like to have on hand. If you've never tried them, these are really good just to pack a little extra flavor. It's really quite funny because my sister always says This is the one thing that Americans do not use enough of, and she is not wrong. All of this was really affordable and making a lot of good, healthy meals. Adding up the total ingredients for the homemade pizzas, it comes to about $8.35. And if you wanted to include the keto pizza dough that I like to use, it's $15.30. I get that right on Amazon. It's a lot cheaper than if you get it in the store. So I'll link that below. But you could always just use any old plain pizza dough that they sell at your store, which can be anywhere from $1 to $3. Adding together all the ingredients for the chicken fajitas, my total comes to $10.85. For the chicken, since I'm making 3 full recipes with that, I'm just dividing that out by 3. So it came to $4.71 per meal with the chicken that I'm using. For the chicken stir fry here, since I have most of that stuff on hand, like the soy sauce and all of that, it was just these basic ingredients that I needed. And with adding in the chicken, the total comes to $8.50. And I added in 60 cents for ramen noodles, even though I have them home. They're about 30 cents a package usually. A little bit of this has changed. So the pickles are just going to be something that I'm doing for lunches down here with the ham and cheese. So taking that out, I am still serving it with salad mix. So adding up the total of everything there, not including the crab, obviously, since I had that on hand, it's gonna be $5.94, which is a very, very affordable dinner, and it makes a lot. I already had potatoes on hand, but if you went ahead and purchased potatoes, this wouldn't really go up that much. This chicken and broccoli with penne bake is going to make a double batch, so it's basically 2 meals, and the total for that comes to $9.46. But like I said, since this makes a double batch, you can basically slash that price in half. And that's how much 2 meals is going to cost you. Altogether, my total came to $82.70, and that was way under the $100 that I spent. So this is a really affordable way to feed your family of 3. And the grand total for just the meals up here is going to be $43.10. That's a pretty affordable price. So minus the groceries that we did here, obviously we had to get some restock things for lunches and whatnot and some other items, but $43 is a really affordable way to feed your family, and it's all still really healthy. The last couple tips that I have is when you are going to go grocery shopping, the biggest thing that I recommend doing is cleaning out your fridge before you even go. When you come home to put away your groceries, the last thing you want to do is have all of your things on the counter ready to be put away and no space in your fridge, or throwing out 2-week-old items. Finding that way to be organized and really just try to do your grocery shopping every single week on the same day. For me, one of my other tips is do not go on the weekends. If you have to, by all means, work it into your schedule. Try to go at night. It'll be a lot less crowded. But for me, I try to go Friday afternoons. I find that no one is doing their grocery shopping at the end of the week. Hopefully you got some inspiration from this video to execute a easier meal planning for your family for the week. And if you have any comments or questions below, please make sure to drop them and to like this video. It really helps my channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next vlog. Happy cooking!